I'm here with my friend Veida, and we're going to dive right in with Denise Santoli, a highly skilled injector who knows all there is to know about fillers. She's going to share with us today the difference between using filler and Sculptra and explain the different uses of filler. So Denise, can you explain to us the different uses of fillers?
Yes, depending on what the person has for a need, whether it's like skin laxity or loss of volume, the application of hyaluronic acids versus biostimulators, which would be in the category of Radiesse and Sculptra, and also a combination can be used as well. But if someone has like just a lot of laxity, you can't just use a hyaluronic acid because it's just going to weigh down their skin and everything will sag.
And which filler do you like the best for, let's say, the face?
Well, I mean, I really like to sculpt a face, like to get, back the definition and put things back in their proper plane. I really love Radiesse, for the cheekbones, along the jaw, and the HAs I prefer for like lips and like small little wrinkles, but I don't like to load a face up with a lot of hyaluronic acid because it just ends up being swollen and you lose definition. I don't really like that face that just looks swollen.
We have so many people asking all the time, should I use Sculptra or should I use something else? And I tell them to use Radiesse. Can you explain the difference between Radiesse and Sculptra?
Yeah, the biggest difference is Sculptra is purely a biostimulator, and the way it works is it's an acid, it's poly-L-lactic acid. So when it's injected, it causes irritation to the tissue. So by way of irritation, it triggers the inflammatory response, and then hopefully fibroblasts are grown and you get a collagen response. But it also comes with a lot of side effects like nodularity and hyperpigmentation, whereas Radiesse is very, very precise. You inject it, it's a combination of a filler and a biostimulator. So the calcium hydroxyapatite is the filler component, and it's in a gel matrix. So you inject it, and so you have a very, very even distribution of this scaffolding, and then the fibroblasts go in and create collagen all through that distribution of that even scaffolding. So you get a very nice, like immediate response from the filler. So you get some volume, and then it grows for an entire year. And it also grows elastin, not just collagen, whereas Sculptra only grows collagen.
I tell people all the time that you'll be very disappointed if you use the Sculptra instead of the Radiesse because you're not getting the instant
Exactly.
results.
Sandra, what do you have in your face right now? Like, what do you do? Like, it's not
Well, she
disappointing.
has a
So,
lot
like,
of
what do you
combinations of
have?
things. We do a multi, treatment approach because that's usually the best where you limit the side effects of just using a monotherapy. And like for lifting, we like the barbed threads and Nova threads. And for loss of volume, of course, the lips, we like, a Juvederm product. And under the eyes, like we, use a toxin. She prefers Dysport. It works better for her.
So basically, I have all of the above except for
Right,
Sculptra.
yeah, but not Sculptra.
No, so let's talk about Sculptra.
Didn't you do
Yeah.
Sculptra, though? Like, I recall a period where you had a lot
I
of
did.
Sculptra.
I did, Denise, explain
Right.
the Sculptra that I did. I did it in my elbows and I did it
Yeah.
in my backside, my
Your
Yeah,
rear end.
my rear end.
yeah.
It was a disaster.
Yeah, I
So
didn't inject her elbows.
She didn't inject my elbows, but somebody from her office did. And the nodules that were formed
Horrible.
were horrible. So
Yeah.
that started the process for me to get the elbow surgery.
Yeah, it's a very bad. You never put it near like a flexure, like something that's constantly in motion and bending, like an elbow or a neck can be a big problem too. And also around the mouth, you can never want Sculptra near a mouth because that's a circular muscle, so it'll just aggregate the product. It'll look like a granuloma. So it's not it's not the best, as far as predictability, and has a high reaction profile because it's an acid.
So for somebody that hasn't had filler before and they want filler for the first time, how
Hmm.
long do you think it normally would last for that person?
Well, it depends on the product. Like even the HAs, like depending on the G prime and the cross linking, the tighter the cross linking is, the more impervious it is to hyaluronase, the enzyme that breaks it down. And age is a factor, of course. Do they smoke? Do they work out a lot? Those things that can cause a lot of oxidative stress deteriorate the longevity of the product.
So for
So
example,
it kind of depends on their look. Like if they're an OnlyFans girl and they want gigantic lips, they're gonna want something very highly cross-linked like Voluma. And if it's someone that's just, like a working professional that wants a very subtle, no one notices, just, refresh, then they might use something not as cross-linked, like a Juvederm Ultra.
So what age do you think people should start doing this? Like, for instance, I'm 43 and
Right.
I have no filler. Am I doing myself a
Right.
huge disservice, or am I actually being smart about it?
No, I mean, you look like you have like more of an olive complexion, so your collagen is good, so it's more intact. But I think there is a benefit to starting earlier and just being very, like regimented about it, not going overboard, but kind of preventatively, like preventing like dynamic lines from forming, like from expressions. So like a little bit of Botox can really help. And then for someone that doesn't really want a face full of filler, I would choose like Radiesse because you'll get that sculpted, carved look without looking like weird, like not like yourself. Or even a thread. It doesn't make you look strange. You'll look like you, just kind of like you went back a little bit, like 10 years.
you're just enhanced a little.
Yeah, no
But in a
distortion.
natural way.
I hate overly filled faces. It irritates me so much when I see these women with overly filled faces. Like, I look at them and I'm like, what were you thinking? Like, this doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And that balloon
Like, they looked better
face, like the
before, right?
pillow face, oh, so bad.
Denise has a wide variety of clients. So she sees everyone.
Like, do people actually like pillow face though? Like, does somebody look in the mirror and actually
No,
like that?
I don't like it.
I mean, I don't like it, but I
think
think that there's
something-
people that like it.
No, they
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, and it's bad. They
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing that.
Let's talk about the lips that you exaggerate and the peach area.
Yeah. It's like a dysmorphia.
Wait,
that
what?
I think
That's a
that
thing?
their baseline becomes like the last filler injection they had. So as soon as it goes down a little bit from that, even though they're still big, they have to get more.
Can we rewind,
Wait, Denise,
people?
let's rewind
Wait,
for a
rewind.
second.
We need to rewind.
Okay.
Wait, people fill.
Yes.
No.
So Denise, let's talk
Oh.
about all the different areas where people fill. Let's talk about
yeah.
when they come in for the peach.
Oh yeah, well, certain people that are in like adult entertainers, they'll get filler like down by their genitalia, and certain positions like they take photographs in, they like something to be really like protruding. So it's like it's mods. They're into like the mods. They like everything looking mods, like not not normal. They like it to be like enhanced. So
Are there
it's kind of like
injectors
huge
that
boobs, huge lips,
specialize?
and then they want that like down below too to be kind of extra enhanced.
Denise specializes in that area.
In the peach?
Well, no, I
Yes.
wouldn't say that. I know how to
Peach
do it.
filling?
It's just not, it's within reason. It's just things
you
aren't
done
your
this?
taste all the time, but it's like a haircut. It's not good unless they're happy. So it has to be. You have to be accommodating within reason, but not like promote their dysmorphia if it's just self-destructive. I think you have to say that, okay, that's enough for right now.
So it's a fine
just
line.
Take a break.
Does it impact like their partner?
No, I mean, because HAs are soft. It's not, it's not something that's like, in the way or anything like that. It just looks pronounced. Like if you had a giant lips on your face, how, it just looks like they're very big and they have like a high G prime.
So Denise, let's talk about the different areas where you do filler.
I mean, there's really nowhere you can't do filler. Like if someone has skin laxity or like a defect from liposuction that left with like a curving and a valley. And, if someone has scars, acne scars, Radiesse is great for that. Necks, arms, legs, stomachs, backs. You can use a biostimulator anywhere. And my go-to biostimulator is of course Radiesse because the side effect profile is not there. The immediate improvement is there, and you don't get the nodularity, and it grows for a whole year versus 90 days with Sculptra. So to me, it's like a no-brainer to pick that one. There's Bellafill too. That's another one that's it's not a biostimulator, but a lot of people ask for it in their butts because it lasts 5 years. But the part that lasts is the plastic beads, the polyacrylate. If you had collapsed vocal cords and you can't talk, they'll inject Radiesse under fluoroscopy to make your vocal cords stand back up. And Radiesse looks like bone on an x-ray. It's just white. And hyaluronic acid, you can see on an ultrasound, you can just see it. It's just gel, and all the water aggregates towards it. So that's why you get so much volume from the hyaluronic acids, like Juvederm, Restylane.
But that goes away, correct? Like after time.
Technically,
But the bone does not go
they
away.
say
That's always there,
okay,
right?
fillers are supposed to last 1 to 2 years, but you can see them on ultrasound like 5 years later. That's why overfilling is such a problem, because people think, oh, it's time, but really they still have filler left in there. So if you keep adding and adding to the same area, it's just going to migrate somewhere else that you didn't want it.
And that's the big
That's
issue
the
that we
problem.
see.
Yeah,
we
you look
see
like you have a
women
beach ball face.
migrating,
So
and then they look like a pie.
yeah,
Or she
it's
said
just-
beach ball.
It's just round and it has no
There you go.
definition. You need that projection and the concavity of a face to for the beauty of a face. It has to have the high projection in the cheeks and then hollows. That's the way it's supposed to be, sculpted. If
How
you try to
much-
change that,
Sandra, how much filler did you do before your facelift?
I did a lot of filler, not with Denise, before my
Yeah.
facelift.
Was it an
I made
issue?
a lot of mistakes. So because of that Y lift that I did, he pie faced me. So it took a long time to dissolve. And then I did the facelift. And then fast forward, I met Denise, and now we just do a little bit each time I
Yeah.
go.
So I saw this thing on Instagram, and I know not a reliable source, but it was basically saying that all these women, they get all this filler, have a lot of problems when they go to get their facelift. Did you have that?
I didn't have the problem because I dissolved all of it before the
Okay.
facelift. But that's the beauty of filler as opposed to Sculptra, because you can dissolve it.
But Sculptra, you can't,
can't.
because that's
That's
a
why-
stimulator.
That's why
it's
when
growing in you.
Yes. So when everybody asks me, should I do filler, should I do Sculptra, I always say Radiesse.
Okay.
But Denise
Like
and
it's
I
something-
use filler everywhere, so I use it
Yeah, it's
in
sprinkling.
all
It's not
areas.
a lot. It's just like
it's
kind of
perfect.
catching things that are maybe starting to like sag a little bit or lost a little volume. Never overload a space. It's not
Denise
good.
has done my private areas, and
Yeah, but just not to be a porn star.
There you have it.
but not like a peach.
Yeah, exactly.
Very private, but very minimal. Very Denise.
Yeah,
little
exactly.
tweak.
Just restorative. That's all.
Thank you so much, Denise. This was
Okay.
amazing.
All right. Have a great day, you guys.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
If you like what you're hearing on the podcast, why not share it with your friends? And subscribe to our show and stay in the loop. You'll get new episodes the minute they drop and keep our community growing. We'll be right back.